Hey guys, I'm Doctor Sebastian Gonzales, and I'm going to share with you today a movement flow that I use for people with acute low back pain or back pain that is just kind of early onset. By the way, if you haven't been seen before by a doctor, you really need to be before doing any of this type of stuff. Disclaimer is always in the corner. So this is something that is, again, it's not useful for people who are very advanced, or at least they're more chronic in nature, because their condition has changed a little bit. So first thing you want to do is, obviously, it's really challenging to get on the ground, but most people like to be in their bed, so you can do this on your bed too if you want to. But if you can get to this tabletop position, or in this 4-point quadruped position, this is probably a really good starting point, because from here you can actually maneuver around a little bit and challenge your body's nervous system to start kind of recalibrating. By the way, pain a lot of times is just your body kind of adapting like it's kind of like an iPhone, just asking to be recalibrated and spinning it. So it's asking for you to do something a little different, move things around. So the first thing you do is just use the leg right here and kind of just slide it long. The full exercise is actually going like this, but a lot of times people with very early onset problems with their back, they can't do all that. So we're just going to push it long and get this hip to extend basically here. Focus on pushing the floor away. Slide it on back. It's like you have 4 twister dots right here, like the game Twister, like back in the day. Don't lose those twister spots at any point. Act like you have 3 cups of coffee on your back that you don't want to spill. And obviously these are very basic movements, but that's what it takes in the beginning to really allow the bodies to start to remodel and repair the area that's been pissed off. All right? If you can do this as well, you can reach the arm out and return the twister dot. Reach the arm out, return to the twister dot. If you can tolerate grabbing the air like you're trying to squish a peanut, that's great as well. That starts to activate the lat right here. And just like that. Obviously, if any of these movements bother you, you don't want to do them, because sometimes arching too much will trigger someone's problem, but a lot of times rounding will actually trigger it as well. So after you've spent enough time doing this, and by the way, it's not about how long you do it, it's just being able to get it done throughout the day. Next is you want to get to the floor, and you can do this like this. Okay? It's kind of like I'm a tactical frog when I get down to it. You might not get up that way, but this is a good way to get to the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up in this face down position. I'll turn my head just to make sure you can hear me. Hands on the forehead, just like this, face down, and just kind of hang out and breathe right there. A lot of times people with back problems, the early onset ones, getting to extension is actually very helpful to them, but sometimes to get there is a little bit challenging as well. So just hang here and just breathe into the floor. Notice my belly is pushing into the floor with every breath. This will supply a little bit of spinal decompression. If you can get up to here, do so. If not, don't stress it. Sometimes just finding this extension or arched pattern will be painful for the first couple reps, but after that it starts to kind of shake itself loose and it starts to become very comfortable. At some point throughout the next couple days, if you can get to here, you're getting money. Like, this is getting pretty good. And eventually, you might use that same series and eventually go up, kind of like showing your triceps off. Like you're trying to get a really good tricep workout so that when you drive your motorcycle next month, when your back feels good, that your triceps are just busting through the seams. Okay? About 20 reps here should be good. The first 5 reps might be a little irritating. Eventually you can get up higher. Now if we're going to go back to that bird dog position, you do it just like that. And at this point, maybe you can do a little bit more raising of the legs. Okay? So I just want to show you that really simple movement flow, because a lot of times it's very hard for people to start incorporating exercise or corrective stabilization exercise early in people's acute pain, and they like to lay in bed. And they've found through quite a bit of research that laying in bed is actually not very helpful beyond at least a day or so. So this is what I recommend most people do. Again, if you are questioning whether this is right for you or not, obviously you should go see a doc. Okay? Now, if you have a husband or wife having this similar type of problem, and they are just resisting doing anything, and they have flare-ups every month or every year, just a couple times a year, This is an ongoing problem, all right? I've had back pain personally twice in my life, and I've had about 20-year spurts between it. So that's an acceptable range. But having a flare-up once every month, once every couple times a year, not okay in my opinion. That's an ongoing thing. You got a problem. So once you help your person out, help your wife out, help your husband out, help your friend out, and get them to the right mental spot where they're actually going to do something productive for their back. They might not even do this, surprisingly. Like a lot of people, when you supply them with a solution, a lot of times they don't always do it. There's a reason why back pain is such an epidemic now. I think it's because we're just not doing the right things. Now, I have a book that I specially designed for this to meet people just in the right mental mindset, all right? It's to get this, the pure intention was to get people like you to buy it for your husband, wife, your mom, your dad, your friend, and so on, and present it to them. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's about a 4-hour read, it's on Audible, it's on ebook, it's on print, so there's no reason to not use it. So go through and buy that. I'll supply a link to it. It'll create exercises, mental exercises for them to start envisioning what their life's going to be like when they can actually get through their back pain. There's no corrections in it whatsoever. It tells my story, but it does not show them things they need to do, because even if you show it to them, they might not do it. So check that book out. If you like this, thumbs up. See you guys next week.